today, as you know, is all about managing change. So it's great to see such a large turnout for a topic like this. A lot of people want things to be better and different in our businesses, but actually getting them to change is really difficult. Part of that is down to the fact that when we think about change, we think old ways, you're going to ask me to give them up, that means loss. Changing stuff usually involves disruption, and new ways often involves risk. So we've got to remember that all our logic has to be met with emotion.
The focus of the event is obviously around change management, and today was a really good way to explore that further and listen to some leaders from different ends of the spectrum, dealing with very large organisations and very small organisations, but looking how that we can apply the techniques that they use to our own business.
There was a huge process of understanding and working out what we wanted at Northumbrian Water, what kind of business we wanted to be, what were the kind of behaviours and habits that we wanted our people to share. But we go further than that, and this is the bit that I think some organisations miss in my experience. You have to go a step further and explain how you want that to be and how you're going to achieve that together. And I guess in kind of making any changes, whether it's cultural or whether it's smaller team reorganisations or any kind of change in your business, that doesn't happen quickly unless you've invested in people to get them to think about change and how to make it happen quickly.
The most pertinent for me is don't make any assumptions. So we were talking about how different people in your business to react to change. So it's very much a case of presenting to people what the vision is and seeing how they react rather than pigeonholing them beforehand.
The particularly interesting feature for me was the fact that we had two dramatically different businesses in terms of size. We had Northumbrian Water, 3,000 employees. On the other hand, we had Hyperdrive, 35 employees. They're really a startup or just finishing being a startup and now a scale up, and their approach to that. So the contrast is amazing.
So when we talk about dynamicism in a business, I always liken it to a car. You know, they're fast, they're exciting, but if you get it wrong, they'll bite you straight away. You have to invest time then in working on the business as well as in it. But when you're small, sometimes you're just trying to keep the lights on. So when people are saying to you, where's your process for this? It's quite difficult to stop and invest the time, but it has to be done, otherwise you will carry on at the small level and not ever really growing. So really for us it's about being really persistent all the way through, having that clear vision, adapting as we go, and persist.
On the one hand, it's great to hear from the presenters at these events, but also are the breakout events, are the networking side of things where you do get to meet people, and those conversations lead to all manner of interactions that you hadn't otherwise expected, and it's very helpful in terms of providing new ideas and new services for your business.
I think it's really important that whether it's a small or a large business, as you're going through challenges of growth and change, to use networks, and you just never know who you end up talking to and can find inspiration from.
Generally, I think it's really good to come to events like this to be able to kind of lift your head up from your desk and kind of get a wider understanding of some of the bigger ideas and theories that are out there that you can take back and apply to your business. Working with each other and sharing ideas is always massively beneficial.